Hey everybody, it's me Colt with another battle cast of Dawn of War 2 Retribution. Today we have Orcs vs Chaos Space Marines. So that's NareYa as the blue Chaos Space Marines and n8crawler at dead from CEBIT for the red. I'm going to call them red and blue because I can't say either name correctly most likely, and I will most epically fail. I haven't actually watched this game because I decided to do a blind cast. And there's some giant squeaky thing outside the window. Darn you, construction work. So we see a pretty standard opening. 2 shooters and 1 slugger for the orcs, and 1 CSM and 2 heretics for the chaos. It really depends on what you want to play to and what you want to have as your mid-game army. It really depends on your opening choices. It looks like Nari is going to try and have 1 heretic squad, maybe you upgrade to rocket launchers, and the other one praying in the background while upgrading his CSMs to something else, but we'll have to see. Doing a nice little force back, knowing that the commando knob cannot win against the Chaos Lord, forcing him to pull back. Gonna do a little bit of harassment over here. Nice little tactic. We do see some shooters against get behind cover or you will lose, and they're being forced to retreat. And they've taken too much damage. They're gonna be forced to retreat. Yeah, there we go. We do see some sluggers and shooters moving down the center here. Gonna decap this point for the blue player and moving back on. The red player is gonna cap his own local victory point, or his close one. I think some of the major terrain features I should really quickly mention is this little water gap here and this water gap here. Just blocks on the terrain. Really turns this into almost a figure 8 on the field if you look at it in this direction and this direction. We do see a nice little engagement though. Gonna force the retreat on the shooters. There we go, yes. And we're doing some early power harass, always a good idea. But with the CSMs shooting at them and everything moving back there, we're forced to retreat straight away. So if I was going to put something on the early part, the orcs are being forced to retreat pretty early, but he hasn't taken that many losses comparatively, so it's pretty good capture. He is decapping this point, or recapping for the blue player, and I'm surprised, where is that Commando Scott? Oh, he got a blind grenade, tried to get them in there, and gonna do a little bit of damage, but in melee combat the Commando knob is not gonna fare that well against these heretics. With CSMs coming to back him up, he will be forced to retreat. Oh no. We have reinforcements coming from the top, shooters and sluggers, so this could make this a very even match. I'd be interested. He's gonna try and go inside that building? Possibly not. He may throw a blind grenade. Is he upgrading his commando knob? Not yet. We do see these heretics, decapping this requisition point and maybe capturing it, as they are left alone on the left-hand side of the battlefield by himself. And yes, the commando knob is forced to retreat as he did not have any backup. The shooters, heavy shooters, have been added to one of the shooter boys, and the slugger boys, one slugger boys does have the burner upgrade. And this massive force of troops, Chaos is going to be forced to retreat. They can't go against all that without taking heavy damage. And you do see that these guys are pulling back immediately. And there we go, one slugger boy is being forced to retreat from that Chaos Lord, but he's going to start taking some pretty heavy damage. Oh, but the other shooter boys are moving out of position, going around into some cover, trying to get everything, but without the slugger boy support against the Chaos Lord, there's not much they can do. And more heretics coming about, forcing the orcs to retreat. So the Chaos is actually doing some really very good positional warfare here, I have to say, and he's now moving on to do some power harassment, I would imagine. While down here, we do have some Burning Boys doing some good power harass, really good. That's going to cost the Chaos player 300 requisition to get it back up, and he's just gotten that third generator operational. Being forced back, and the Chaos Lord is coming back down here to get rid of it, but he's going to lose at least 2 of those power gens, if not all 3. He looks like he may be forced to retreat right about now, if he notices it. He does. Chaos has already pulled another one, trying to get that last generator down before calling the retreat. Maybe he's going to try to do some fancy maneuvering. I'm not sure I can call that fancy maneuvering, and there we go, forced to retreat straight away. We have some slugger boys chasing down the heretics with shooter boy support. Obviously, that's doing a quick suppression and then running back. Always a good idea. It does sacrifice one of your heretics, but they're pretty cheap to replace, so for them not taking any other casualties and running away, it's always a great trade. And it looks like our orc player just lost one of his Slugger Boy squads. It's still 1-to-1 on the old victory point counter, so this is starting to turn out to a near tech level 2, as we have already gone a good 4 or 5 minutes into the game. Shooter Boy's coming down here to decap this, and possibly decap this. And the command op in the center taking the victory point, and it's now 2 in favor of 1 for the orcs. Oh, trying to deny that. They are not upgrades, so that building will provide cover. It does not go inside of it, but then just turns around. I guess not. Chaos Lord forcing the retreat of the commando knob. I think he may try and cloak. He does have the extra equipment upgrade. He doesn't have anything to deal with the generators though yet. He can't get the rocket launcher upgrade quite yet. And oh, we do see shooter boys in that tower holding down all these troops. If they're upgraded with the grenade launcher, yes, the grenade launcher upgrade is coming right now to dismount them. They'll be forced out of that tower very quickly. Although, to be honest, I would really like to see some Storm Boys coming in for the Orc player just to deal with the Chaos Space Marines, which are now being upgraded to Eternal War upgrade, yes. Yeah, some Storm Boys plus Slugger Boys back here would do a great job, and these heretics in the background, if they start praying, or if they just use their AoE attacks, it's not going to be as effective. We do have some minor action going on here. The Commando Knob is doing a good job just decapping all these points and recapturing them for his own side. Some more power harassment. Gonna try and get that last generator down? No, not yet. But let's have a look at the resources just for the moment. We see that the blue player is on 269 for resources versus 288. Sorry, it's 300 for resources for the blue player versus 283. And on power, it's 49 for the blue and 39 for the red. And yes, we have the upgraded heretics with grenade launchers, so he's going to have to spread his units out a little bit. Doing a good job on that. He does need to get these Slugger Boys in there. Nice little blind grenade forcing the retreat, because they would have not stood a chance in that combat. And now he's going to do some... Going to kill all these generators and even possibly decap this point for the red player. Although now we have counter harassment up here. A nice little blob of two CSMs with 1 heretic grenade launcher upgrade. Center the commando, no, it's just some shooter boys taking the center and putting it back to 1 control point each, hopefully capturing it. These Slugger Boys are taking this requisition point and decapturing it. Heretics and the Chaos Lord forced away this engagement, but it looks like this Commando Knob might try and decap this point here. I have to say, it's very, very good use of using your stealth units like a Commando Knob. Just go around and decap stuff. If he decaps this, and then possibly decaps this, he's going to inflict massive economic damage to the Chaos player. And he may actually lose the squad. No, he gets away with 1 squad member left. That's going to be very expensive to reinforce. Although he is the first person to upgrade to tech level 2, so we're going to have to see how that works out. But with the both CSMs being upgraded, yes, they both have the Eternal War upgrade, they're going to be very effective against most of the Orc units for the moment. Apologize, quick drink of water right there. And now the victory point controller is 2 to the blue team and 0 for the red. And this Commando Knob is doing exactly what he needs to, going around here, decapping on this point. It looks like the Chaos Lord may have picked up on it. Nope, he hasn't. It looks like they're kind of trading background sides, which is kind of interesting. But still no Storm Boys to force these CSMs into melee combat. It's kind of interesting. Maybe he's saving it for something else. He is getting out some Ludus, some heavy suppression fire, which will work pretty well, allowing his sluggers to get into there and close the gap pretty quickly without taking too much damage. Nice little heretic spread out here, getting all these units and just decapping it. Exactly what the Commando Knob is doing, but obviously 2 squads versus 1 2 squads can do it faster than 1 squad. And we do see this victory pointer going down, but he did have all 3 in the favor for the blue player for a small amount of time, but now he's going to lose at least 2 of them and possibly 3 if these sluggers and shooters try and engage these heretics. And are they going to move out, or are they going to try bombardment from long range? Oh, he's out of range by now, but he will be forced to retreat. There we go, yes. But now we have the secondary squad backing them up. They may be forced to retreat as well, but they won't be taking too much damage. Yes, and there they go. Now it's kind of interesting. They're both in tech level 2. I would definitely like to see some light vehicle play. I can understand why the Orc player is hesitant with the Eternal War upgrade for the Chaos player, and that's just wasteful. Get your Orcs out of there really quickly. Yes, there we go. Moving in here with some shooters to take down this power node, and up here, this match has been it's interesting. It's been a lot more positional play in keeping your units together. The Chaos player seems to be doing that a little bit better than the Orc player, but there we go. And Orc is recapturing all his points, and it is going to be reverse roles where he's going to have all 3 control points versus to 0. But to be honest, the red players really managed to cripple the economy of the blue player by just going back and decapping all those points initially with his Nob Commando. He probably wasn't able to get this one because he did get that one, and now the Chaos player has recaptured it. I do apologize. And forcing the retreat here, and Chaos is forced to use his units not in the front line shooting or killing the Orcs, but rather forcing them to get new units on the field. To reclaim their old positioning. And what do we have here? Calling in some commando knobs. These units are great, especially their explosive shots in the end can be extraordinarily useful. Water. Always good fun. He's actually gonna try and capture this power node. Oh, that's interesting. With the heretics in the background pelting with grenades may not be the best idea, but here we go. Are they gonna try and throw one of their grenades, or they're just gonna? Yes, they do throw a grenade, and there we go. Nice burn grenade or flame grenade. I can't remember the exact name for it. I do apologize. In the center, we've got nothing too much going on. Obviously, 1v1s are a lot more positional play and really strategical thinking versus 2v2s, which can be a lot more frantic. Obviously, nothing to detract from 1v1s, as they're still some of the pinnacle of strategic decision making, which this game is based around. It looks like the commando squad actually took some heavy damages from these Marines. Yes, they did. And using a quick blind grenade. Oh, and the commando knob has been upgraded with a shotgun, but he will be forced to get out of there extremely quickly. And now it looks like both squads have been upgraded with the Mark of Zinch as well. And he's going to reveal them and draw them and be surrendered. I would be not surprised if he throws a grenade. Oh, he's just getting the grenade upgrade right now. Perfect timing. Possibly could have gotten up earlier. Ooh, but here come the heretics. Throw your grenades while you still can. Oh. Short range grenade throw. Gonna catch a couple of units, but not cause any casualties. We do see the Chaos player moving up here, doing some more power harass. His Lord General was... his Chaos Lord was forced to retreat. This is actually turning into a very, very close game with a lot of back and forth, which is very intriguing. I'm very surprised we don't see any vehicles for the Chaos player, though. A Chaos Dreadnought would come in pretty useful against most of the stuff that's on the field right now for the Orcs. Some Havoc's retreating down the center, and the Chaos player capturing the second node, so it will be 2-1 in favor of the blue. And he's going to try and capture the center. Well, no, there's too many Orcs in pursuit. He has recaptured all these and getting maximum money from them, so it would be nice to see either commando knob or these commandos themselves do it. And there's that explosive shot ability, continuously knocking all the units, allowing all the other units to get in range of and start shooting. And actually doing some pretty good damage in the meantime. Is he going to try and throw a grenade where all those heretics are? Possibly. No, he's going to be forced to retreat as he's taking too much damage. But with that heavy machine gun in the background, the looters in the background, going to force suppression. But remember, the grenades will still outrange that shooting that gun. And that arc of fire is not the best, although he has very luckily just wandered into it. And here we go. Let the Galaxy Burn ability from the Chaos Lord, forcing all that down. And, a mass retreat and a good amount of damage and casualties. A Weird Boy coming out to counter all these heretics. Remember, Weird Boy is extremely good at clustered up units. And let's see, is this the commando knob? Yes, no, it's the commando squad, sorry. Going here and capturing, decapping this point, making it yet again 1-1 for each team, and hopefully they'll have enough time to capture it. Yet again, I'm not rooting for either team, I'm just saying it makes for a more interesting game. And we do have this squad of sluggers moving around the background, just decapping all these points, and the Chaos player has noticed and has deployed some Chaos Heretics, which will not be the best choice against sluggers, but yet again, he doesn't know exactly what's there. Now let's see if he's smart enough to move in there. No, he's just gonna decap it and retreat. Not a bad decision at all. Center, oh, we do have the commando knob taking the center node as well, so we could see a 3-cap again, but we do have the blue player, the blue Chaos Lord, sorry, coming into the side and capping the point for the Chaos. Although he will be forced to retreat as he's just too much round up, using the Let the Galaxy Burn ability yet again. So effective, but look at the beautiful spread and surround of the Orc player. That ability hit one unit and nothing else. Moving back here, we do have the Heretics moving in and decapping this point for the red player. We are still holding the center. Oh, but this weird boy is going to do a good number on all these CSMs. And is he shooting? We'll shoot eventually. Oh, and he uses one of his abilities. There we go. In conclusion, with a grenade, that's going to force the retreat pretty soon, I would imagine. No, the Orc player is forced to retreat. That was amusing. How interesting. It looks like there was sorry, I did not see those other CSMs in the background. I do apologize. On the right hand side, we do have some Heretics moving in and decapping all these points again. I have to say the Orc player is being very persistent on decapping the points for the enemy, which is always a great harassment tactic in this game. I would like to see some gen harass right about now for both sides, as both sides have very limited power at the moment. And one last gen, obviously, for the Orc player, although he is only floating on 150 rec. At the moment, the blue player has got 246 of income versus 283 for the red, and 59 power versus 35 respectively. We do have some more Orc commandos moving out. Ooh, they're been spotted and just getting away. Nice. They may be forced to retreat, although they can just hide there for a bit and then surprise these CSMs. And moving into a building. Interesting choice. They don't have any suppression on them, but they're not... Well, they are an open field, so they may do fairly well. We shall see. It looks like he has forced one CSM squad to retreat, but I'm surprised he hasn't taken any of this cover. Like this bush, perhaps. Anything, any type of cover would be great. I guess we're not going to see it. The weird board comes in, forcing a backdrop on all those CSMs, and allowing his units to retreat safely. On the right hand side, we do see the commando knob recapping this point yet again. This has got to be the third or fourth time. And now we've come to a little bit of a stagnant point. Both players have teched up to level 3, so I'll be interested to see the tech path for the Chaos player in particular, seeing he's gone such a mobile-oriented build so far. Will he possibly get out a tier 2 unit, or is he saving up for a big tier 3 tank unit? And those grenade launchers doing a good amount of damage, but they're going to be forced to retreat. With no, doesn't look like he lost any soldiers in that. No, he looks like he did lose one. And using Let the Galaxy Burn ability, forcing the retreat immediately from the other player, from the Orc side. And these Heretics being very annoying with their range. And let's see, he does have the shotgun upgrade, so I'll be interested to see how much damage he's able to do. But forcing a retreat immediately, won't be able to get too much more damage on them. And the weird boy just standing there. Right, now is moving in to capture the point. Yes, and we do see a Predator, or Chaos Predator, coming in for the Chaos side, so that's going to change the dynamic of this game very quickly. The Weird Boy being able to do some damage to the tank, but unfortunately, unless he changes his looters into a beamy death gun, he won't be able to counteract that vehicle as quickly, but he must be saving up for something pretty big himself, because he's floating pretty high on the resources, and he is getting a knob squad. They will quite happily deal with heavy vehicle armor and these CSMs as well, if they can get in the right position and don't take too much damage on their approach. For the moment, we do see looks like the Chaos player is managing to drive back the Orc player in a very slow fashion, as he does have predominant map control. And here we go. Oh, look at that beautiful hit right there. And the Chaos Predator is in the field in action and has been revealed. The Nob Squad is coming out though, but with the Gen Harass, I have to say that the Orc player may be difficultly strained for any more power units coming out later on. Oh, and using the giant rock cooldown on the Chaos Predator. If he stays there and gets a hit off, he may lose that tank. He does. Oh, what a huge pickup. Obviously using a lot of his command points, but well worth it for what he got out of it. He just knocked out a huge piece of artillery, and somehow the Chaos player managed to lose both the CSM squads in that as well. So now the Orc player has a massive advantage on the field. Maybe he overextended himself too much by trying to capture too much territory in this late stage of the game. The Orc player does have a very good chance of coming back now, moving out with all his units. All the Chaos player has on the field right now are 2 squads of heretics. He does have 600 resources floating in the bank, and we will be interested to see what he brings out. He brings out another tank. Definitely not a bad idea. He didn't see the Nob Squad before he made that decision, so he could have definitely based it on what the current field was. Is he going to cancel and now see those knobs? He does not. Very intriguing. We'll see what happens with that later on and how those knobs come in. I'm surprised the knobs have not been upgraded actually with their huge hammer or the knob command or the knob leader. And that squad is moved forced to retreat immediately. We do see the Orc player now recapping all this, but the Heretics being very good, very well used of the units here, and is recapturing and decapping all these points all continuously. And these Commando boys should use their special ability, and yes, they do throw a grenade. I was thinking of Explosive Shot, but there we go. And these Knobs are going to be able to do a number on the Chaos Lord, forcing the retreat, and he's on such low health. We do have the Chaos Predator on the field, but I'm not too sure what he's going to do against that heavy Knob squad. In fact, he is just going to force a retreat on the Knobs. They don't have the raw ability yet. Maybe he's going to try and upgrade them. He is actually choosing to cloak them. Oh, brilliant move, getting them quickly in range. And is he going to start moving them? There we go. Coming out of hiding right about now. And that's got to be a big surprise. Half the health of that Chaos Predator is already gone. And upgrading to the rocket launcher just in time. Beautiful control there. Absolutely beautiful. And right now, I don't see how the Chaos player can really come back from this. It was such a close fought match until the Orc player called in that giant rock strike. I do have to admit the Chaos player is floating very high on his command ability points. He has 839 in the bank. Maybe that was one of the major points of the battle. He should have used that on one of his abilities. I don't know which one he should have used, but definitely something. He just hasn't brought anything to the field. And now it looks like the Orc player isn't just complete and utter dominance. I'm actually very surprised that both of these rec points, sorry, this one rec point and this one power point, have not been taken back by the Orc player. And the Nob squad still has not been upgraded. Very interesting. He is floating pretty high in the wreck. He has not rebuilt his third generator. In fact, he hasn't even deployed this yet. So it looks like he's just going in for the medium power battle. And the Chaos Lord doing very good. And what we do see some more Chaos Space Marines coming in. Not a bad choice at all, but against just the sheer amount of stuff on the field, he may not be able to pull through. He unfortunately did lose that tank very quickly, and I think that was losing that second tank so early was devastating. But here we go, finally using his command points in the correct place, critically damaging a few of those units. And oh my goodness me, that's just going to be devastating for the Orc player. He did not lose the Nob squad, but it did significant damage, and if the Predator would have been alive at that point, it would have done just the perfect backup combination right there. And we do see the Chaos Lord moving in and stopping these guys, capping that point. And now the scores are 28 to 220 and one control point in the favor of the red team. And here we go, we're summoning in, looks like a Commando Nob squad. Yes, Commando squad, sorry. They will easily be able to take out the squad if they're not full to retreat immediately. And yes, only the aspiring champion is left. Loot is being forced to retreat by these CSMs. And I would say the Chaos player is doing well, holding back, and he's starting to build up his army again. But yet again, that loss of that Predator with that brilliant little hiding move was an exceptionally good idea. And here we go, moving in, but with so much backup, he's just going to be forced to retreat. And these knobs finally get their huge hammers upgrade. That will very much help them when they're in the melee combat and sustained melee combat. But with the mass retreat, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Commando knob taking that central control point, and has he been refitted? Yes, he's been refitted again with his shotgun. And the center, moving stealth down. I think Chaos is just trying to drag out this battle. It's going to be extraordinarily huge victory coming back if he's able to come back from this at all. He's doing not a bad job right about now, but to be honest, there's just so much stuff on the field. These two commando squads have been on the field and doing a lot of damage, just decapping stuff, decapping points and recapturing requisition and power points. But getting into melee combat with those knobs without any backup, no. At this point, it's a bad idea. He's going to force a retreat. Oh, and there we go. The Weird Boy doing a massive AoE attack and just destroying all of those heretics. Let the Galaxy Burn build being used at the top on all the commando knobs, doing a good amount of damage but not killing any of them. And now, just this one CSM squad firing on the knobs. And there we go, the point the counter does take out. Brilliant match from both players. Definitely good decision making on both sides. If I was going to point out to anything, the turning point in the battle was that meteor strike. Even though he was retreating his CSMs, they just didn't get out of there in time. And losing that first Predator and not getting any benefit from it, just devastating to the Chaos player. And then losing that second Predator straight away to those orcs without having any backup, just incredible bad luck, and maybe not the best decision making right there, knowing he had was against a commando knob and that he could hide his units. Anyway, thank you for watching me, and I hope you've enjoyed the replay, and I'll see you all next time.